The Dubai government have recently made an absolutely massive announcement. They're going to be moving Dubai's international airport 45 kilometers in this direction into an area which is called Dubai South. What that's going to do is going to put massive demand into this half of the city. So anything south of this line, this is where lots of people are going to want to live because the airport is going to be located there. If you think about it, if you're an Emirates crew member, are you going to want to land here and then travel all the way up here to go live? No, you're not. You're going to be wanting to be housed in this area here. It also makes a difference to tourists. For example, if you're a tourist, it might make going to areas such as the Dubai Marina and the Palm Jumeirah more attractive. And in general, if you have an airport moving into the other end of the city, a natural consequence of that is more investment is going to happen around this area here. For example, I know Uptown, which is a commercially led district, they're going to want to compete with areas such as DIFC and sort of make it a new urban and commercial hub. And with the airport being located here, it makes a lot of sense because it's not that far to travel, especially if you're on business. So, with that being said, what are three of the best locations which you should look out for in the future? I just want to highlight this quote from the Emirates CEO. He says, "The city's development is going to continue south towards where the new airport is. Actually, the city is coming to the airport." What he means here is the city is growing southwards along this coast here. And you're seeing it with a lot of the launches. A lot of the launches are coming this way. And there's a lot more in the pipeline. The biggest launch of 2023 was for Palm Jebel Ali. This is a master plan project, and it's what the government are going to want to succeed. And with the airport moving to Dubai South, this makes a lot of sense, and this area is going to grow. It's worth mentioning this is not happening all at once. The airport is going to remain in its original position here, but this is going to probably in 10 years' time, rather than flying into this area here, you're going to be flying into this area here. So with that being said, what are three locations which are likely going to benefit from the airport moving? The first one, an area I really, really like, is Alphagan. Alphagan is right here. It's located about 10 minutes away from the Dubai Marina. And the really nice thing about it is there's not a lot of traffic there, and the property prices are very, very affordable. It's one of those areas which I don't really understand why, but it's almost a bit forgotten about. It's not a Arabian Ranches, it's not a Emirates Living, but it's because the community is still relatively new. You get some really, really affordable prices. So you can see here, it's all of sort of this area here. This is called Alphagan, and there's also Jebel Ali Hills. All of this area here, I think, is going to be doing very, very well as people look for more affordable options into the city. And as the airport slowly moves over here, being located in this location, which is so central to the coast and also so close to the new airport, that's going to be very beneficial. So some statistics about Alphagan. In the these are villa sales only. I've only looked at villas for this. There's been 119 transactions at an average price of 3.34 million dirhams. That on a price per square foot is 1,190. That is very reasonable if you compare it to other locations. Just checked the price of a different villa community, and Arabian Ranches 3, which is located around this area here, that is selling at 1,500 dirhams a square foot. And when you just look at the location of, okay, this is further out into the city, it's not as well connected, it's further away from the airport. If you're looking at, okay, 1,190 dirhams per square foot to 1,500 dirhams per square foot, there seems to be a lot more value in this area here. So that's Alphagan, which I am pretty bullish on. I think over the long term, that area will do very, very well indeed. If you want any help investing in Dubai real estate, book in a call using the link below. And if you want to find insider tips, you can sign up to my newsletter, again, which is in the link below. So the second area is Dubai Investment Park. Dubai Investment Park, it's an industrial area, so there's lots of warehouses here, which we're going to come on to in a second. But there's a community here, which is right here. It's a relatively small area in the industrial zone. It's called Green Community. Green Community, it's called that because it's really green. There's lots of nature, there's lots of trees. If you actually want to build a warehouse, 30% of the area, or the plot area, needs to be green spaces. I visited this area before. I did lots of work in the industrial park. It's a really nice community. Green Community itself is really, really nice. And I believe it's going to do very, very well with the airport moving as more people look at this area here as places to invest. So over the last 3 months, there's been 17 transactions at an average price of 5.2 million dirhams. The amazing thing is, look at this price per square foot. The price per square foot for these villas are 700 dirhams a square foot. So the amount of villa you are getting for the price is absolutely massive. So I really think this area here is going to do very, very well indeed. So before I talk about the warehouses here as a potential investment, it's worth noting that there's another master plan developer who's going to be building in Dubai Investments Park. They're either going to be building here or here. I haven't been given the details yet, but I know it's going to be happening and they're going to be launching soon. So if you are interested in getting an off-plan investment in Dubai Investment Park, if you book on a call with me, then we can arrange that for when the launch is. So I just want to highlight the warehouses here. So Dubai Investment Park is a very, very popular industrial zone. I worked in commercial real estate for the last 2 years with a specific focus on warehouses. I mean, you don't have to just invest in residential real estate. There's lots of commercial real estate which you can invest in. And this area here, which is Dubai Investment Park, this is about to become even more popular with occupiers who use warehouse space. I mean, if you think the airport is here and DIP is here, this is going to be absolutely massive for businesses. And in actual fact, a couple of the very, very large master plan developers, they've bought warehouses as investments in this area here. They've also invested in Dubai South here, and I know they're making more investments in warehouses. So this is one of the large master plan developers. You could quote unquote say the smart money is investing in commercial space. Therefore, if you are interested in commercial assets, you're going to have deeper pockets because they're not cheap at all. Feel free to get in touch. So this is definitely something worth looking at if you are a high net worth individual. So that's Dubai Investment Park. And the final area which should see growth and large scale sort of capital appreciation over the next foreseeable future is Dubai South. So EMAR are developing this area here. There's also developments going on here. And again, they are right next to the airport, so they're going to benefit from when the airport shifts. Currently, the prices here are still very, very reasonable. So over the last 3 months, there's been 117 villa transactions with an average price of 2.15 million dirhams. And that comes to an average price per square foot of 1,050 dirhams. So these three areas over the next sort of, if you're looking over a long-term horizon over the next 10 years, this is what's going to see a lot of growth. Currently, these prices are very, very reasonable compared to, say, the more central areas. But if we're just going back to the high level, all of this sort of area here, this is going to see increased demand over the next 10 years, especially when the airport does eventually move, because you've got so many different employees which are going to want to be living in close proximity to the airport. Because of this, areas such as JVC, Dubai Marina, And these other villa communities, they're going to be there's going to be a lot more demand. So it does put into question all these villa communities here. How popular are they going to be? I think they'll still be very, very popular indeed, because you still have DIFC Burj Khalifa here. But it is something to bear in mind when you are picking an investment in Dubai. And if you want to find out more information about where you should live in Dubai, you can watch this video here, and don't forget to like and subscribe.